Yeah, no, I can't. Hi, how's it going? Sorry, we're late. It's one of those nights, and so um, it's just kind of a busy night here tonight. It's the Lionsgate portal, and tonight you can manifest because all the stars are aligned and things will go easier for you to manifest tonight. So I'm working on stuff and I've been super uber busy with it because I really, really want to make some things happen. And when I really, really want to make things happen. That's all I can say. um, so anyway, um, I am going to just okay, checking up on messages, and I'm going to share this show out to people because it'd be nice if somebody came to watch it. We are going to talk maybe a little bit about the National Ghost Hunt Day, which is going to be great and fun, and I'm so really excited by all that, and I can't tell you, I mean, for me, that's like it's going to be like kind of like my first big experience with investigating. And so I'm really excited about it. I mean, I've done little stuff, where it was kind of like, can we stay awake now? But this is going to be really exciting. And I think a lot of people are excited for it and looking forward to, seeing how seeing how ghosts, I mean, like how other people hunt for ghosts and how they research stuff and how they go about talking and communicating with them and just exciting stuff like that. Because if I can communicate with the other side, I'm going to be pretty excited by that. I have been wanting to for some time, and I've uh, working on ways to test, whether or not I can actually communicate. We'll see. I mean, all you can do is try, and that's part of it. Is just getting out there, in the community with other, field, investigators and going to different places and just really kind of getting out in the field. I think that's what a lot of people like really work to make happen, and I'm pretty stoked that I get a chance to do it. So it's been a super busy day today, and I have just been running like crazy, but in a good way. Everything has been like really fun today and happening as planned. So, yay for the Lionsgate portal today. And if you have not yet done any manifesting today, I recommend doing it today. At least start it. Um, and then you'll have something going, and then it'll be easier to keep it going. And so today is a good day. I started things on the new moon, so I'm just sort of reinforcing and doing things to make things happen. I mean, you can't just like write it down on a piece of paper and then never do anything more with it. You really have to like reinforce these things. You have to go out and find opportunities sometimes. I mean, you have to, look around. The creator may leave things for you, but you still have to go out and find them. It's, it's not always easy, and it's not always, right laid out in front of you. Sometimes you have to be creative. You have to think outside the box. You have to, work real hard, and you have to like believe in yourself and believe in the universe, and that the creator wants you to be fulfilled and have an abundant life, and to have all the things that you need in life and that you want, to make you be a more giving and loving person, because honestly, he doesn't care if you get a new ATV. But if it was something that you really, really needed to make your life livable, then you probably would get it, but you'd have to work for it a little bit. You'd have to like maybe, talk to some people and, wheel and deal and make it to where it was affordable for you. So, I mean, there's always things that you have to put in on it. It doesn't just come, but sometimes it can. It's possible. And money does just fall on you from the sky sometimes, but a lot of times it takes a little bit of poking the pinata from below. So, yeah, I do. I do a lot of legwork, I think, to make things happen. So, but yeah, the Lionsgate portal 88. It's a great day, and my friend is his numerology number is 8. So today's kind of his day, 8 8. So that's it's been a good day, and got a lot of stuff done, and I'm working on my kitchen. I'm out in the kitchen now, and behind me there's the wallpaper. It was not very good. It was coming down, and it was old wallpaper, and well, I mean not old, but like 80s maybe. So old enough that it was like, yeah, no. And so then I took all the wallpaper down, and I'm working now on the ceiling, and then I'll just have to get all the loose stuff and then wash it all and then paint. So, and my kitchen will be a little bit fresher, a little bit nicer, a little brighter. I did get the window behind me cleaned out the other day, full of cobwebs. It gets that way. Plus, there's a light above there. And so then these little bugs come. Well, spiders like it too, because there's all these little bugs flying around. So, yeah, spiders got real excited, and they were hanging out there, living there. And yeah, I had to evict them. It wasn't a pleasant experience. And, I thought the law was going to get called, but I got them out. So it was all good. They didn't know their rights as a tenant. So, yeah, they sort of just left of their own accord. They could have been squatters, but they said, no, we're going to get out of here. And this is spiders I'm talking about. So, well, you get a special relationship with stuff like that when you're a witch. Oh, dear me. Okay, so to share this great episode, I'm going to go to the great episode on Facebook. So you go to Facebook, okay, and then you go to your little page here, and you go to Skeleton Key Network, and buy witches for witches, that sort of thing. It's great, and yeah, I'm definitely going to. I'll be. I will be. That sort of thing. I will be having some. I will be selling a few limited tickets to be with me here in Iowa at the She Shop for the National Ghost Hunting Day. So we're getting that set up as we speak, kind of thing. And so I'll have more information on that. But it'll be a limited number of seats, and but it's going to be fun. And if you happen to have any like paranormal equipment, or if you happen to have any like psychic abilities, or if you are a medium and you would like to come and join our investigation, I'm with Spirit Iowa. So we are an offshoot of Spirit Paranormal from Alabama. The Alabama team is the lead team, and then now we're branching out. So I'm on a Spirit team in Iowa. So I may be by myself as a team. I'm still kind of fishing around for a partner to investigate with me. So, if anybody's out there, you're interested in doing some paranormal investigating, maybe you want to come and hang out with me. So anyway, we're doing that. and it's I'm looking forward to seeing who will, take me up on it. I've kind of put a couple feelers out there, so we'll see. I am kind of touchy feely. I'm kidding. Well, not really, but stuff's a bomb. It is sparkling pomegranate blueberry pop from France. Fancy schmancy. But I like the bottle, and they're great for water after the pop has been demolished. And they're great for just filling up with water, putting them in the fridge. The glass jar keeps the water really cold. So I see those bottles at Aldi's. I'm like, yeah, I got to get another one of them. They're good. So anyway, they got a pink lemonade one too. What I am going to do, Bob's on my chair. So I'm not going to sit on my chair because Bob is on my chair. He's such a douche. Really. I mean, he knew I was podcasting. Benny, manifesting money, you gotta make it rain. But yeah, Bob, he knew I was podcasting. He knew I'd probably want to sit in that chair. He doesn't care. Bob's pretty, all about Bob. I know you'd ask me, what about Bob? But yeah, Bob's kind of a dick sometimes. Let's gonna say it. We kind of had some speculation about where Bob was. We think he might have been in the Mexican mafia for a little bit. He's kind of a tough guy, really down deep. And there was some talk that he may have been a Teamster in Chicago. So, and I know those guys don't, you don't want to mess around with the Teamsters. So anyhow, yeah, Bob, he was kind of a ruffian when I met him, and so I don't know. He may have had kind of a checkered past, but I'm not going to hold that against him. I don't judge, and I'm going to just let Bob be Bob, and try to love him anyway, even when he's a dick. So I think, isn't that, ladies, isn't that what you do with your husband? Oh God. Okay. Well, yes, I said that. I went there. Yeah, you love the husband even though sometimes he's a dick. Oh well, it is what it is. We're love will make you do weird things, and that is the truth. So anyhow, here is I'm going to do tonight a special reading for anyone out there who is trying to manifest something, who's trying to make their dreams happen, make things come true, make the impossible possible. Because that's something that, that I think a lot of people get hung up on it and they think, well, I could never do that. That's not possible. How would I ever do that? What am I going to do? How would I do that? And so they already are defeated before they start because they don't believe that they could do it. They have defeated themselves. And I did it on multiple occasions, and I'm not doing that anymore. I could do anything that I desire, anything I set my mind to, if I put the work in and I do the things that are necessary to make this happen. And I believe firmly, and I have faith that it will. You have to do that. You have to believe. You have to have faith. You have to, have some intestinal fortitude. Yeah, because this witchery stuff's not for the faint of heart. Seriously. Sometimes, being a witch isn't the most, fun thing in the whole world because sometimes it's work, It's a little bit of work to hold yourself accountable, to, look yourself in the face and say, I love you, warts and all, because to love yourself and to trust yourself is, I think, one of the hardest things ever. And you'd think it'd be easy, you know, trusting yourself. Well, gosh, I've known myself since I was born, and I've kind of always been there for myself. And gee, I might have let myself down once or twice, but I try not to do that because I get pissed off at myself, and so then I think I just need to know myself better. And things will go better. I think, and that's what it is. You have to just know yourself better. Know yourself before you even think about taking on another person in your life, like a relationship. Oh, if you don't know yourself, how are you going to know? How are they going to know what to do for you? Like if you don't know the things that make you feel happy, how are they going to know how to make you happy, or how to do things that they know you enjoy, when you yourself don't know what you want? When someone said, how can I serve you, madam? I don't know. Well, is there anything that you would care to have or like to do? I'm like, I don't know. Because I hadn't given it any thought. Nobody ever really asked me, what do you want? So I didn't really think about it. And I was always thinking about, well, what do they want? What can I do for them? Because I'm a people pleaser. And, but, in the process of learning to let people serve me, I learned a lot about myself as well. So it's been great. And I tell you what, subs are awesome. And I do think that they are special people. And without subs, I would not be a dom. Oh, Lordy. Okay, so I'm feeling them really good now. So I'm going to pick one of these and hope I have enough light to read by. Oh, I know I do. I have a lantern. Hang on. Oh, I can get this. Alrighty. I know it's super dark in my kitchen, so let's get a little bit of light on the subject here. Just a bit. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there we go. It's a bit bright and brash, but I got this. And so then, okay, picking a card, any card. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm kind of feeling. I'm thinking this one may be right here. Almost got it. And I got it. Okay. Ta-da. What is it? Soon we'll know. Are you guys just dying of anticipation? It is listen. Okay, so listen. So we're going to read the thing for listen, and it is in this book. These are the Sacred Earth Oracle cards. I like them. They're pretty and they're very nice, and they seem very in tune with like nature and stuff. So I dig that. Okay, I have to have my glasses because I just don't see that well. Okay, I'll admit it. I don't see that well. Not too happy about it, but All right, so LM. Okay, so here we go. Earthly meaning. You can talk yourself in circles, but remaining unheard. At other times, you can be heard without uttering a word. The onus of understanding is on the listener. Love, care, and consideration are expressed by an attentive ear and a welcoming heart. Sound is wasted on those that won't hear. Save your voice. You will learn more by listening. A truth needs to be heard. That's true. Sometimes it's better to just be quiet and listen to what's going on around you. Spiritual meaning. Sound existed long before the ability to perceive it. It was always there, invisible, undetected, or merely felt as low, deep waves of vibration. The universe loves you. Its message is humming, pulsing, and vibrating through all of creation. Love's undulating love's undulation floats in empty space, waiting to be received. Extend your senses, awaken to the message of the universe. Yeah, you gotta listen to hear it, Um, Insight. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is there, does it make a sound? I say yes, it does, because it creates vibration. Whether or not there's a receiver to pick up the sound, it still made a sound. um, if it doesn't, it means the first 4.1 billion years on Earth happened in silence. That is how long it took for sound to be perceived. Sight, taste, touch, and scent were already well developed before the very earliest of ears were formed. The sense organ that receives sound is complicated. Hearing, it seems, was a difficult sense to master. Once life could move at will, being able to sense the approach of a predator, the distress of potential prey, or the call of a mate was extremely beneficial. For the human ear in the modern world, all manner of bips, beeps, ticks, tocks, and sirens compete for our focus. We have the capacity to be taken to ecstasy by a symphony, but hearing and being heard can still be a tremendous challenge. Tone, pitch, tremolo, and words are just sounds in empty space until the moment they are heard. So be heard, but also listen. Listen to listen to your inner self. Listen to your instinct, your inner voice. Your intuition. Listen to that, little piece inside you that says, "This isn't good. Don't go there." Don't call that person. No, you don't feel good about it. So, when you have those moments where you are feeling that, listen to it. Don't just pass it off. And I think some people mistake anxiety, like they mistake it for other things, and they try to cover it up, with antidepressants or Valium or whatever. And it's like you really just need to like celebrate it and embrace it, that feeling. If you just give it a big old hug and just get a hold of it, it'll calm down and go away, And if that hug means you're hugging yourself, it doesn't matter, does it really? As long as you feel better. And I have been learning to feel better without the aid of any of that. I don't want to take anything like that. I think it interferes with, your process of thought. It interferes with your sexual drive. It just interferes with your motivation, your ability to see the world as it really is. And I think that it's just not something that, if you can get by without it, you really should. Technically all medications are like that. If it's something that you could get by without, don't take it. I mean, if it's something that's going to be life or death, well, by God, take it. Like, like your insulin. If you're diabetic and you need insulin, don't just decide not to take it one day. That's probably not a good idea. But, some of this stuff, antidepressants, and I'm telling you, cholesterol drugs, they're way overprescribed. Really take a hard look at that with someone who knows how to evaluate cholesterol levels overall, and not just a little. Oh well, your HDL's too high, your LDL's too high. This one little thing, because they work in conjuncture together. So you don't you can't evaluate it just based on one level. So get that really evaluated well if you're on those statin drugs, because they're no good. They're not good for people. Just saying, that's my PSA. But I'm a chiropractor. What am I supposed to say? I think people can get by with a lot fewer drugs than what they're being prescribed nowadays. And I think that doctors and that they have no reason to slow down prescribing. Why would they? That's their bread and butter. So they're going to try to find more clients. Basically they're not curing anybody. They're making clients, people who they expect to medicate for years and years to come. Oh boy. So that's my take on the whole medical regime and antidepressants. Try and get by without them if you can. Now I say, well, it's my magic, bubbling to the surface, and I can feel it, and I just kind of put my hands up. I can even feel it now in my cheeks. I feel like electricity. It's weird. And then there's like electricity kind of coming off my hands too. It's really weird. But I look at it now as my magic going out into the world to do the things that I've asked it to do, spells that I'm working on and things that I'm trying to manifest. And I look at that as my magic's just bubbling up to the surface because it's so, potent. And yeah. And PSA, don't screw with witches. Well, I just had to stick it out there because, yeah. We're just gonna let that go. But yeah, I made my PSA. So anyway, I was kind of hoping that we would get Catherine in to talk a little bit more about the National Ghost Hunt. So I'll give her a little bit longer to come and join us because I really would like her to talk a little bit more about it because it's such an exciting event, that people all over the world are going to get together on the same day and ghost hunt, and share their, ways that they find things and ways they communicate and things that they've done and seen. And it's just going to be such an enriching event for everyone involved, I think. Not only just the networking with other people, but also the stories and the experiences that people can share with each other, through this event. And I think it's amazing. And it's one of the things that really, I think the whole paranormal, everybody in the whole community really can benefit from this. And I just think it's absolutely incredible. I can't wait to participate in this. It's going to be so fun. And I'm hoping that, we can make contact with some of the people, spirits in my shop, because I know they're there. I hear Cubs games sometimes, like on the radio. And my grandfather used to listen to Cubs games on the radio. He'd go out to the garage, he'd turn on the Cubs, and he'd make hamburgers for the family, and they would be like burnt kind of on the outside and just raw as could be in the middle. But grandma liked him that way. So that's the way grandpa made him, because there wasn't anyone else he was trying to please. The grandkids can go to hell. You get to take what you get, kid. Just be happy we fed you. So, but grandma, he always made sure grandma had what she wanted. So hello, Anthony Lewis. How you doing? So there you are in the comments there. Nice of you to join us. So would you care to have me draw an oracle card for you this evening? I would be happy to do so. I drew the card Listen. So we kind of talked about listening and being a good listener and things, if you just are, pay attention and listen, you can really get a lot from certain, conversations, or, if you're, say, at a party and you just quietly, sit and listen to people, you'll hear a lot of stuff. Yeah, you can definitely catch up on gossip, I'd say, which I'm not much of a gossiper. I don't know people. So, when somebody says, hey, so-and-so down the street, and I say, sorry, I don't know them. They may or may not continue with the story then after that. But yeah, I don't judge. So it's not really fun to gossip because, I don't judge. Let's see. Yes, please. About should I go for this job? Okay. Yes, be a fly on the wall. That's true. Yeah. You'll learn way more that way, and you'll see things. You'll see people. Um, people, the mask will slip sometimes if you are just quietly, observing things. Yeah, you'll see the mask slip down on occasion. And the thing is, if you see that from someone, know that they will treat you just as shoddily as they treated that person that you're just now watching, them treat crappy. If they treat the waitress crappy and they're just kind of complaining all the time, they're going to end up treating you that way. So, best to just sort of run as fast and as far as you can. Oh, funny. So, but we're going to see what the universe has to say about Anthony's uh, job, if he should go for this job. So here is the card I drew. And then let me get my little book. Okay. The card I drew was productivity. Whoop. Productivity. Productivity. It's a beautiful card. So, all right. So we'll set that there. And then let me get my glasses on. And let's see. Productivity is, here we go. So, the earthly meaning is this energy, the energy and experiences you've been handed can be converted to meaningful, life affirming outcomes. With a little work and perspective, an obstacle will become a stepping stone. Do what you can when you can and make steady progress. Effort is required to transform an idea, experience, or knowing into something more solid. Once it has form, new growth will follow. Spiritual meaning. The Divine Mother dwells in every heart. Her light is inside and all around you, for she is all that is beautiful throughout our world. She lives in every mountain, meadow, tree, and blade of grass. Her light illuminates the stars, her wisdom guides the moons, her brilliance flows from the sun. She is a wild flower whose perfume teases our senses to curiosity, action, and the pursuit of joyous life. Insight. Golden sunlight splashes in generous waves over our planet. More than 300,000 species of plants transform this light into growth. Branches, blooms, leaves unfurl and blossoms spring open to showcase bursts of yellow pollen. Birds, bees, and butterflies flit among the flowers, collecting yellow dust and carrying it even further afield and out into the world. It is busy work. Yellow is the energy fueling the living world. Its bright flamboyance is urgent, busy, and delightfully engaging. It attracts us through beauty and goes places on the wings of those seeking the sweet nectar of life. Yellow is joyful, generously, creatively productive. Its energy readily becomes form, which in turn blooms into a glorious celebration of itself. It's time to convert the lessons and experiences you have absorbed into life giving creativity. Turn them into activity, into growth, and into form. There is joy in productivity. Its nectar is sweetly intoxicating, and its fruit is a mark of transformation and completeness. I hope that gives you the answer you're seeking. I think, yeah, you should probably go for this job from what I hear from the cards. Um, that I think was the message for you. That I think you should go for the job. Yeah, it's because productivity, and it, you can marry joy to productivity because who doesn't feel good when they accomplish something, especially if it was hard, if it was really hard. The more joy you'll gain from having conquered it and accomplished it. It's not life isn't easy, and it's not just a gimme. There is no free ride. I mean, you might get a free trip down the street, but you're not going to get a free ride, not for the whole of your life. And someday you're going to be held accountable for doing what humans do, at least what we do now. So it's I really wish we could trade, do things differently, and like um There you go. Give you a clue to it. So yeah, I would say yes. Go for the job, and I would say that the cards probably indicated that that would probably be a good idea. So, and you would be productive and creative, and things would probably go well. So that's, I think, what the message was for you. So, and here's your card again. It's productivity. Oh, wait. There we go. So pretty. I just love these cards. They're so great. So, but yes, I think that that's the message that the oracles were trying to send you was, yeah, you should go for the job, because you'll find productivity and creativity and lots of good stuff there. So go for it, man. Do it. Um, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of job is it? Like something that you think you'll enjoy? Is it something that follows your passion? Is it something that's just kind of a job? Because I was always told if you want to be happy, you should do whatever pleases you, whatever is, fulfilling to you, your passion, and you should do that for a living. And so I kind of have tried to do that. I've tried to live that and do the things that made me feel, fulfilled and like a real human. um, the human experience, I think, is what all of us are trying to attain. Um, and who knows what kind of experience we'll have later. Job upgrade to what you're doing now. Yeah. So yeah, go for it. I mean, the worst that'll happen is, you know, you'll decide later you don't like it, but you got to give everything a chance. If it's something that you're really interested in, go with the full intent of making it work out no matter what you have to do. If it's something that you really, really want to do, don't ever look for any reason to quit. Always look for reasons to keep going and, to go on. If you look for reasons to give up, there'll be thousands, and you will get overwhelmed with reasons to give up and go, I give up. If you say, I'm never giving up, I am not ever giving up. No one's going to make me. I'm never giving up. You never will. And I think you just have to you have to tell yourself, you got this. Hey, essay, you got this. Bob, get out there, Bob. I'm gonna get Bob with the broom quick. Bob, get out there, Bob. No, I mean it, Bob. Get out of that. Bob, get out of that paper right now. Sorry, folks. Ooh, I had to hit Bob with the broom. Well, he's such a douche. He will he won't scat away from anything. Like, oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that. And so you have to physically go over there and push him off of whatever he was on and tell him to go away, or whatever. He's just so Bob. He's self-assured. That's why I think he got along so well with the Mexican mob, because he is fairly self-assured. I would say cocksure, but I don't know if I want to use that term today. Bob's not a ball buster though. He doesn't have any. I know, I'm just so mean. Yeah, but no, I that's what you should do. Have your pet spayed or neutered because you don't want unwanted kitties and puppies just hanging around the planet. It's no good for them, and it's no good for the planet. It's no good for anyone, for all these pets to reproduce and then not have the proper care and stuff. So just like Bob Barker used to say, have your pet spayed or neutered. So, anyone else care for a draw on the oracle cards? So, I think since we didn't get a chance to chat about it today, we'll put it off for maybe Friday morning again. We'll see if we can have Catherine back and talk a little bit more about the ghost hunt. We did talk a little bit tonight about it, but um, I just I want to get the word out because it's gonna really be fun. I'm really excited, and it's like a whole month away, and I'm still excited. I don't care. I'll just be excited because you know it's fun. That little bit of excitement in your life, that's what keeps you young. It's what keeps you going. It's what keeps you getting out of bed in the morning. It keeps you from just hating life, and you got to find that joy, that inner peace, that place that makes you feel good and complete and prosperous and you know um, helpful. Because all of you deserve that. Every last one of you guys deserves to be happy. You deserve to have abundance, and you deserve all the good stuff that's out there waiting for you. So believe it, and believe in yourself, and believe that the universe wants you to be fulfilled and have an abundance in your life, and that it's just there. All you got to do is reach out and get it. Um, make a little bit of work here and there. It's not a big deal, and we're all going to be hunting ghosts here soon. So I'm going to say that's funny. This is what he says. He's bringing to the ghost hunt is candy and double A's. That's funny. And then to all ghost hunting. Yeah, it's going to be fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope that there'll be some of you out there ghost hunting as well. There is it's I want to say National Ghost Hunting Day, I think .com, and that's the website for it. And you can go check it out and see if it's something you'd like to participate in. I think you can have a team or be alone. I don't even think it matters. And I'm kind of looking, so if anybody needs a team member, might look me up, and we'll go hunt some ghosts together. But it's been a super great night with you guys. I'm glad if I could, help you guys out at all with the Oracle cards, and maybe, give a little guidance to you for the upcoming week. And I just want to say, you guys are awesome to come and watch my crazy podcast even once, but if you watch it every week, God bless you. And blessed be. And I will see everyone Wednesday night at 10 p.m. on YouTube for Madam After Dark. And then Fridays with Nellie Mack on Witchy Whims at 11 a.m. So you guys take care, hunt ghosts, and blessed be. Good night.